Day 4 of our beginner or our 30 pose journey. So today's pose is downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. I'll say it one more time, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This pose, you know it, you've seen it, it's everywhere. It's practiced in pretty much every style of yoga across the world. It's a beautiful posture for stretching and strengthening, and it's one to really learn well because you're going to be doing it a lot. If you're not on your mat, I invite you to join me and let's get started. All right, yogis, now that we're here, let's get into tabletop position, which is becoming pretty common right now of how we start our postures. Again, I'm going to talk about this until I can't breathe. The same shape with the hands has got to happen right here in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Fingertips spread super wide. We push down between the knuckles, the padding of the fingers, specifically the pointer finger and the thumb. Okay? We strengthen up through the arms, the wrists, the forearms, the upper arms, and they roll out to make space for the neck as well as across the back. Belly button hugs to spine. With all of that going on, now curl the toes under and start to send the hips nice and high. As you send the hips high, you might need to readjust the hand placement, taking the hands a little wider or more narrow. And then drop the head and neck and push back through the sits bones, so sending them back and high. Keeping a really nice healthy bend in the knees here to start, and just starting to pedal out the feet. This pose, if you are practicing it like me, having not warmed up or done a yoga class, it's definitely a lot of work in the hamstrings. So by pedaling out the feet, we allow the backs of the legs to gently awaken, open. And honestly, even when I am really awakened and opened, I still always bend the knees. It just feels better for my low back, not crunching or pulling anywhere throughout the pose. You're also more than welcome to take the feet as wide as your mat, which will help even more with the opening of the hamstrings. Really pushing down through the hands to lift up through the arms. The arms have to do a lot of work throughout this pose. Continuing to breathe in and out of your nose. We'll stay for 3 more deep breaths, you making any movements that feel good for you here. But continuing and maintaining the strength in the arms, rolling them out and away from the ears, hugging the belly button up and in. 2 more rounds of breath. Last round of breath. And then slowly melt the knees back down towards the ground, tabletop pose. So now that we've experienced the posture, and it might have been a little tough, let's talk through some ways to help. So one of the first things I want to talk about is placing a block in between the legs, the thighs. What this does is it encourages a inner rotation of the thighs to send the energy back, okay? That sounds super weird, so let me get in the shape and show you. As you send the hips back and high and straighten the legs and melt the chest down, you want to spiral the thighs so that they're rotating in, and you're almost like, imagine that you want to push this block out, like you're trying to poop it out behind you. Sorry for the visual, but that's what you need to feel like. So you're squeezing your inner thighs and rotating them out, pushing that block out. This is a great way to build strength and really fine-tune the alignment of the pose. So number 1, you can do that. Number 2, if you have